Hi, I'm Sue Haskell, and I've been involved in this program and trying to get this event set up for about 8 years, since the last eclipse in 2017. We are in Carbondale, Illinois. We're at the Bald Knob Cross. This is just a beautiful place to be for this event. It truly has been a miracle this morning, is the fact that we have clear skies. I think this is the best part of the country to be viewing this. And who knew that Illinois, Southern Illinois, in the spring would be clear? But truly, this is a miracle. It's going to be close to 80 actually today, and it could not be more perfect and more beautiful. So praises to God on that. But recall that the first eclipse came over in 2017 in the northern part of the country, of the United States. And on the date, August 21st, is the date the Urantia Book says was the birth of Jesus. And then 7 years later, which is also a fairly spiritual number, we have the eclipse occurring on April the 8th, 2024. Now, April the 8th happens to be the day that Jesus was in the tomb. And if there was ever a more perfect symbol for him being in the tomb, it has to be an eclipse. It's been such a wonderful set of coincidences, if you want to call it that it, to me, all point to the Urantia Book. Now, why in the world is the Urantia Book important to us here? It is a revelation, the Urantia Revelation. Urantia is the name of our planet in the cosmos. And at this time in the world, as you know, we're in very unsettled times. Things are changing, and the Urantia Book provides a wonderful overview of what an advanced Earth looks like and what advanced societies look like and how to get there. And that's where we're at right now, are making those decisions between going into chaos or into really an advanced society of love and peace and joy and strong belief in a purpose in the cosmos. So I invite you, and I hope that you're going to enjoy the next hour with us. Thank you for joining us.
All right.
All right.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Paula.
Thank you, Derek.
Welcome to the Urantia Book Network's live stream of the Solar Eclipse 2024. We want to thank twoeclipses.com, Rocky Mountain Spiritual Fellowship, and everybody else who supported this venture. I just want to welcome everyone and show my appreciation for valuing this effort and for being a fan and supporting the work that we do. So I'd like to welcome everyone in with a prayer. So, thank you, Father, for this opportunity to be around such open-minded, loving people, so many believers, so many curious minds. Thank you for protecting us and guiding us here and keeping all of our loved ones safe around this event. We just ask that you help us with our open hearts and open minds to receive whatever you're telling us today and beyond, and allow us to be compassionate with one another and with ourselves going forward. May this be a new age for us, Father. We just love you so much, and we thank you for sharing your spirit with us and your Son. So may this be a wonderful day for all of us. May your will be done. Amen.
Amen.
Well, again, thanks for joining us, you guys. This is a special occasion. This is the big eclipse, the big one. It's not going to happen for hundreds and hundreds of years. So we just want to thank people like Sue Haskell and Paula and others who had the foresight for this project and wanted to move forward. So we're here in Carbondale, Illinois, at the Bald Knob Cross of Peace. And Paula is going to be so kind as to tell us a little bit of the history of this place.
A little bit of the history. This was the idea of a postal worker and a minister who got together in the 1930s and decided that they needed to have somewhere that all faiths could gather together. And they decided to pick this particular place for that gathering. It's on top of a beautiful hill, and you can see a panoramic view all around. Absolutely gorgeous here. The weather is beautiful. I hope you have your glasses. Everybody should have glasses if they're going to be looking at the eclipse. We have our glasses. You know, they decided to do this, and it was quite a project, and they had a lot of people helping them get it accomplished. And then in 1963, they decided to build the Bald Knob Cross that you probably saw in the opening shot, thanks to Derek. And that was every bit along the way. They had to raise the funds to accomplish this. And over the years, the cross became fell in disrepair, and they had to run another fundraiser to beef it all up again in the 2000s. So that's where we are right now. It's a beautiful space. It's the effort of many, many wonderful human beings who wanted to create this space as sacred for purposes like this. And we're so glad to be here and share it with all of you. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to turn it over to Sue Haskell right now.
Yeah, I'll just talk a little bit while they're getting ready off
Yep.
camera. That's fine. So just so you guys know, part of the program is we're just going to have this little welcoming here. And then Sue's going to come in and she's going to tell us the significance and importance about this and how it relates to the Urantia book. Welcome, Sue.
Good job, Derek.
Thank you, my dear. It's good to see you.
This has been such an incredible experience already. I mean, just wonderful. Why in the world are we in southern Illinois, in Carbondale, in this funny little town, this sweet little town, and at this cross? What happened is in 2017, there was an eclipse across the northern part of the country here. And that eclipse went over this exact place, over this cross, over Carbondale, Illinois. And it happened on August 21st. Now, August 21st is the date that the Urantia book, and some of you are familiar with the Urantia book that are watching this, and some of you are not. But it is a revelation that is I've totally enjoyed getting involved with and learning about. But in the book, August 21st is the birth of Jesus. And that happened on, the eclipse of 2017.
August 21st, 2017.
August 21st, yeah, was signified that birth of Jesus. And it came over this area. So then, here we are on April the 8th, 2024, 7 years later, which 7 years is in biblical times a very important number, as you all know. And most times, eclipses take 350 years to cross in the same place. And this happened within 7 years, which is in itself very unusual. And so we've had these two eclipses cross here and formed almost a cross right over Carbondale and over this incredible park here.
Literally a cross over the cross.
Truly, yeah. And so what that does, in my mind at least, is that it draws attention to the Urantia book. And that this book has those dates in there. And actually, April the 8th has also been many biblical scholars have been involved in trying to figure out what was the actual time that Christ was crucified and in the tomb. And most biblical scholars will say that it's April 8th of 30 AD that Jesus was, it's the 7th he was crucified, the 8th he was in the tomb, and the 9th, of course, is when he rose. So this day is actually when he is in the tomb. Now, if there was ever a symbol for that, it's an eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Sun.
the sun, S-O-N.
Let's see where we're at.
Yes,
okay,
where are we?
We're getting there. We're about halfway there.
About halfway?
Yeah.
To
little
eclipse,
halfway.
yeah.
Just so you know, Sue's going to keep talking, and then I'm going to do a little pan around for a little bit so
Okay.
people can get an idea of what's going on here.
Great.
So it's not, so you want to go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. So we've got this incredible event happening that, to me, offers verification to the Urantia book. And then we have to ask, well, why is this book even important? What's all about this? And the book, to me, it's just a mere 2,000-page, voluminous, huge book. But its purpose is to expand our understanding of God, of the universe, of our lives in that universe, where we go from here. And then the whole last part of the book is the life of Jesus, which is an expanded version of that, which is just unbelievably beautiful and poignant and so edifying as far as I'm concerned. We just are excited that we have the opportunity to be here. The book also is important in the fact that it points out that there are literally millions of planets that are inhabited in this universe. We're not the only one, and that's just reasonable. There truly are millions of planets out there that are inhabited and have gone through what we're going through right now. And so they've been through this. The celestial beings have been through this many times. And they know what we need. And so they created this revelation that came in 1955 and it was published in 1955. Believe me, this revelation is not at all, your salvation is not contingent upon reading this book at all. It is for your edification and expansion, wouldn't you say, of knowledge of God?
Yeah, I would say that this book has validated a lot of things that I've already felt in my heart as far as a personal religion, relationship with God.
With God.
And, we're getting closer to totality here. You can hear the shofar horn in the background. A lot of people are taking this seriously. When we get to complete totality,
yes,
we're going to turn it down a little bit.
Yes.
And have a little bit of moment of silence, let the darkness settle over.
Yeah.
And then after about 2 minutes of that, Paul is going to come in and help lead us in a reading from the Urantia Book.
Yeah.
But
in the meantime, I do want to have a couple more comments here. Do we have time?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is that the whole purpose of this is to show mankind, the book to me is to show mankind that there are steps that you go through in planets to evolve to a higher state of being. And those steps are outlined in this book. There's samples of another planet that's going through this. And this all sounds kind of weird, but it's all really good information for us to know right now, because we are going through that right now. We're going to be either into total chaos here the next 10, 20 years, or we're going to evolve to a beautiful planet of love and peace.
Yeah.
And now you can feel free to go to 2eclipses.com. It's a 2, numerical 2, eclipses.com to get more information on this, and also to take you to other sites within the Urantia Foundation and in the Urantia area, different parts of the Urantia groups. Yeah. Now, I also want to point out one amazing miracle that has already happened here, and we've had numerous miracles already happen. This is incredible. We were on this place yesterday. It was cold. The wind was blowing 100 miles an hour. It was rainy. It was a mess right here. I mean, we just kept thinking, how is this going to be? And then here it is. The sun.
Perfect.
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. It's clear. It's absolutely supposed to be like 80 degrees. And it is absolutely perfect. Now, tomorrow, it's going to be rainy and windy and awful again for the rest of the week. So there was exactly one day. Now, I don't know who was in charge of this, of the celestial beings, but we should give them a great round of applause, because this is incredible. So, all right.
All right.
Good.
So, Eric, you want to join us just for a second? If you guys want to swap mics, he's going to need a microphone.
You're going to do this now?
I know how to use everyone.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Lost our wind protector here, but that's all right.
It's not too windy. Hi, Derek.
Have a seat.
Hey.
This is Eric Cooper.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
We drove a long way, and it's so many variables. But the cool thing about it is it's lining up, and there's no stopping it. It's going to happen. These spheres, how often are we really tuned into the subtle movements of these like celestial bodies up there?
It's a dance.
It's magnificent. And we happen to luckily know that we're going to be in the right place. Long ago, someone wouldn't know where it was going to be.
Well, that's true.
We happen to be here, and it's such a beautiful day. There's so much, I feel so excited. I've never seen a total eclipse of the sun.
Yeah.
I don't
complete totality, no.
No, I've seen an eclipse, but not the complete covering. And I hear it's a spiritual experience. People feel, even, so they say they're non-spiritual type people would say, oh, so something spiritual about it. But I'm just open to what it's going to be.
Oh, that's great. That's all we can really ask for, is to receive that which life is giving us right now, and accept.
Yeah.
So many people, I think, might be a little fear-stricken around certain things that are unknown.
There's so much uncertainty.
Yeah.
Before growth, there's always confusion.
Ooh, good point. Yeah. And I would say a bit of a dark point, because the old is going away and becoming something new. And in that transition phase, there's uncertainty.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right. We have to be able to be in that, and can we hold our highest ideals close to our heart to help do our job and helping all of humanity move forward. Each of us is part of humanity.
Amen.
We
Yeah.
get to move it in the direction toward goodness, I would hope.
And that's one of the concepts in the Urantia book, is the concept of God the Supreme, and that's something that the personality of God that we all contribute to.
We contribute. Our own little piece can only be filled by us. It's like there's a little place that we get to contribute to the greater completion of the universe. If you zoom out far enough, it's really cool. And here we are. We just have these. This is like a celestial event.
Exactly.
Usually our lives we're like thinking, oh, I have emails to answer and all these little small distractions, stuck in traffic. Here, all we have to do is witness the moving of the moon and the sun. What a cool thing to
Let's see
experience.
where it's at now too.
What?
It's about 3/5 covered here.
Oh, man,
it's moving.
It's like
moving fast.
It's like a crescent thin sliver. And the sun feels so cool. It was like blazing down almost a little too bright when it was the full sun. And now everything is getting like something dusk-like about this quality of light.
Yeah, it's getting lower. And, you know, I encourage you to go to maybe the traditional science channels to just watch a close-up of the eclipse. We're doing more of the spiritual coverage of this event.
Oh, yeah.
So as we see the lighting change, we're going to kind of tone it down just a little bit, get a little bit more solemn, reflective. Mm-hmm. And
can we be in the light of God, even in the darkness?
Yeah. And we can see a beautiful flock of birds flying in formation across.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
there's all different types of people here. There's a lot, probably over 1,000 people, and they're all getting along so beautifully. We're here in a unified way, seeing something of nature's glory. What a gift to have this opportunity. And it's even closer. I'd say there's 10% of the sun still shining. And the moon is lining up so beautifully. It looks like it's gonna really cover it. I can only anticipate the coverage. What's it gonna be like?
Good job.
all right. Well, if you guys want, I'm going to do a little swapperoo with the camera lens and show you guys what the eclipse looks like. Obviously, I'm live streaming here, so it's not like I can cut and then just mess with the audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a camera lens
I'm gonna
filter on my lens, on my phone here. It'll take a second, and then that way I can film the eclipse without burning out the sensor on the camera. So if you bear with me for a moment, one of you guys is still hot, so maybe Paula, we can mic you up. Okay. And then if maybe Paula, you want to just lead us in a few things?
Yeah,
just,
of course.
You can have a seat, whatever you want, and I'm going to mess with this camera.
Okay. I'm going to let you mess with it. Sit down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have a few quotes for you guys, of course, from the Urantia book. And these are some that we picked that we thought were especially meaningful for this occasion. So here's the first one. Your planet is a member of an enormous cosmos. You belong to a well-nigh infinite family of worlds. But your sphere is just as precisely administered and just as lovingly fostered as if it were the only inhabited world in all existence.
Okay, we're getting close. I might cut the mic for a second.
Okay,
Just
you
to,
cut it when you're ready.
just to set it up. So
Thank
give
you,
me one
dear.
moment, guys. Thanks. Oh, yeah. It's getting close. So as we gear down here, Let me put the mic back in. Okay, Paul, you're on again. Yeah,
You
mic
dropped
should
your
be good.
glasses.
If you guys hear anything wrong with the audio, let me know, but
Okay.
should be good. Let's have another reading, huh?
Okay, there is in the mind of God a plan which embraces every creature of all his vast domains. And this plan is an eternal purpose of boundless opportunity, unlimited progress, and endless life, and the infinite treasures of such a matchless career are yours for the striving. There is unity in the cosmic universe if you could only discern its workings in actuality. The real universe is friendly to every child of the eternal God. The greatest truths mortal man can ever hear, the living gospel of the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. The divine reach extends around the circle of eternity. The universe is not wound up like a clock to run just so long and then cease to function. All things are constantly being renewed. The love of the Father absolutely individualizes each personality as a unique child of the Universal Father, a child without duplicate in infinity, a will creature, irreplaceable in all eternity. I'm going to read that one again. The love of the Father absolutely individualizes each personality as a unique child of the Universal Father, a child without duplicate in infinity, a will creature, irreplaceable in all eternity. There is a great and glorious purpose in the march of the universes through space. All of your mortal struggling is not in vain. We are all part of an immense plan, a gigantic enterprise. And it is the vastness of the undertaking that renders it impossible to see very much of it at one time and during any one life. We are all a part of an eternal project which the gods are supervising and outworking. The whole marvelous and universal mechanism moves on majestically through space to the music of the meter of the infinite thought and the eternal purpose of the first great source and center.
Thanks, Paula.
That's a wonderful one.
Okay. Thanks, Paula. That was
You're
nice of you to
welcome.
read that for us.
My pleasure.
You see the lighting is changing over here. It's getting kind of exciting.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have that really expensive telephoto lens, so we're not going to be able to get as close to the sun. That's why I welcomed you to go to maybe NASA or something like that. But you can hear the chauffeur blowing. There's some people here who feel that this is, you know, the coming of Christ, coming of Moses, coming of Elijah, something like that. But we're more under the impression of this is a time for us to begin our own personal new age, open our hearts to the peacemaking potentials
Thank God.
that we have.
Derek.
Go ahead.
Okay, now Derek doesn't know this. I'm going to just drop this on you. But you see that gentleman right back there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He is kind of an anthropologist.
Sound bowl healer.
He has a sound bowl. He's going to do that during the eclipse, the full thing.
Oh, cool.
He has found that this is an ancient site, goes back at least 10,000 years, that this is an ancient spiritual site. And he's going to talk to us after, if you could do that,
totally.
after the total eclipse about this. And his name is Jeff.
Okay.
This is going to be, I mean, I don't know where he came from, thank you. And this will be just perfect. Good.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
There's all different types of people here
Oh my.
holding this.
We have a number of interesting people, but a lot of just really families. All kinds of families are here. You know, kids have come. They brought their kids, and this is, you know, the next total eclipse in this country that isn't really going to be viewed by very many is in 20 years, 2045. And then God only knows when it is after that. But there'll never be this crossing of this eclipses like this again. So it's, you know, this is the time to bring your kids. There's people here from all. I met a lady from Moscow. It is just so much fun, and there's such a feeling of, I don't know, quiet expectation
Well,
in a way.
it's very peaceful here.
It
There's not
is.
heightened security.
No,
There's not
very peaceful.
there's nothing punitive or controlling around here. They're
No.
really lenient around a lot of things, like flying the drone around and stuff.
Oh my
like
God.
that. So we're really thankful for this.
Yes. In fact,
space.
speaking of the drone, Derek is going to put together a video after this that will have the drone footage, that type of thing, and also some of the interviewings that we did here.
Yeah, and overall event coverage.
Yeah, event coverage, yeah. That will be on our site, hopefully within a week or so.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes, yeah. Yeah, he has been so incredible on this. I mean, this is an adventure.
Yeah.
And so appreciate all that you've done and all Paula has done, and we've just had, it's been an amazing adventure. So got some radio, probably TV stations around here, because this again is an area of very special significance where these two eclipses, total eclipses. Now these are, you know, the least, eclipses you rarely come by.
Yeah,
This is where the two total eclipses crossed. And it just is, it's a very special place. Yeah. Paula just pointed out that there's quite a few Urantians here. Who didn't know we were even coming? It's been like a little gathering of Urantia people. It's just been really interesting. There's probably, what, 30, 40, 50 people on it? Yeah, easily. And it's just been fun, really fun.
It's getting dark now.
Yes, it's starting to get dark. Okay, we're going to put our lens on here.
What do you say? What?
Yeah, it's coming.
You got?
2 minutes. 2 minutes is the word
Got it
out
there?
there, and it's definitely happening. The orange, well, through these glasses, the sun looks totally orange. We looked at it earlier through these huge telescopes that people have around here.
Here, you can look at the glasses.
Unbelievably big telescopes, and you can see the surface of the sun just boiling. I mean, it was just orange. I mean, it's this molten picture, and it just, I mean, it looked hot. So, okay, almost there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I see a bird flying out there. I wonder what he'll do. Are there? Ah, a lot of birds circling around. Oh, we've got another horn going here. We've got quite a few, what do they call those? Shafars. It's an ancient Jewish horn. That's a didgeridoo. That's an Australian that this young man is blowing. And we're certainly going, and shortly we're going to have a, oh, look, the sun, it's getting dark from there to here. Over there it's dark. Oh my goodness. It looks like a massive storm coming in actually, but it just is getting dark. And here it goes.
Here we go. It's going, guys.
You can hear the crowd starting to get
God bless us
kind of
all.
excited about this. Yes. Hopefully we'll hear the singing bowl shortly. Yes. Oh, the diamond ring shows up. Yes. Oh, there it is, I think. Is that it? Wow. Oh my gosh, there goes the sun. There goes the sun. Oh my gosh. And it is a total and complete eclipse. There is not a piece of the sun shown at all. And there's the stars. And there's the stars. It just showed up in the sky. Oh, there goes the, that looked like a, oh, that is amazing. And there's the corona. You can look at it now, I guess, with just your eyes. And there's a corona around it that is just beautiful. Yeah, just use your glasses. Yeah, that is beautiful. Oh, and here comes the singing bowl. The gentleman behind me is doing a singing bowl. This will last 4 minutes. Yes, yeah, there's a star in the sky. It just popped right out. A lot of people are convinced this is a rapture, so if I disappear, you'll know what happened, but chances are good I'll be here when we get back. Oh, look, the stars over here.
Right at the bottom.
Wow.
That was the prominence I showed you.
This is full eclipse now. And that looks like a planet off there. How dark it is.
There are like red beads at the bottom of the moon there. Do you see them? I wonder if those are
Special moment, you guys.
of the sun coming, of the diamond. Yeah. Huh.
Riley, I'm not sure you can hear me.
Looks like it's Venus. It is Venus up there. Thanks, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what a fun time, huh?
To the west of us.
Look at the lighting over here.
Yes.
Something else.
Oh, it's like a giant sunset all the way around. I mean, you're like in a totally surrounded by a sunset. Just amazing. Oh. There's the diamond ring. There's the diamond ring. Wow. Oh my goodness. And this huge spotlight of light just came out. Oh,
We're gonna come back here now.
yes. And here's the sun.
Hang on, guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure we heard crickets. We heard some really interesting sounds behind us here. Oh, it looks like it does look like a diamond ring, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Best one yet.
Wow. What a, that was powerful. I
Yeah.
had no idea it was going to be like
That
that.
was amazing, wasn't it?
No idea.
Here comes the light.
Ah.
And the light is coming down.
Well, we had totality, guys.
The light.
Now it's past. It's still a little dark, cool lighting, but
It's how much light?
not like it
So
was.
much light.
Just from that little itty bitty bit
Yeah.
right now. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's our crew. And then, Sue, you want to talk to that guy maybe?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Eric, you going to join us for a little bit?
Hey. Sure, let's try it. Or even if they're there, that's probably okay.
All right, we're back.
Oh, wow.
That
Derek,
was fun,
did
huh?
you see that?
That was something
Did you feel
special, man. Yeah, it did.
I'm like, I couldn't believe how powerful it was.
It was just dead
Yeah.
black and just
Yeah.
beautiful silver on the outside.
That was Jeff. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a new friend here who's going to help us.
Oh, yeah, hey.
Our new friend, Jeff. Jeff, I'm Derek.
Derek?
It's a pleasure.
Yep.
This man is a bit of an anthropologist.
Well, I was called to this cross in 2016. I was the caretaker here for 6 months.
Oh, okay, great.
And at the time, it was, kind of going through a change. The cross itself was in deterioration, had been rebuilt in 2012, and it was just trying to come back. And,
Sorry.
oh, got me?
Gotcha.
So as I was here cutting grass, and
My bad. Okay, now we're good. So 2016.
2016, a year before the 2017 eclipse that crossed over here.
Right.
And that spot right where that crystal bowl was in 2012 when they renovated this cross, when was unearthed implements, tools that were not turned over to authorities, but the people that were here took them. And I was able to get a few and took it to a professor at Southern Illinois University, and they confirmed it to be from the archaic period, at least 10,000 years old.
Wow.
So because this is the highest point in this region and the two big rivers come together here, the ancients have been here forever doing their spiritual work, more than likely. And I guess that's how a cross ended up here. That's a whole different story. But bottom line is, to me, this is sacred ground.
Okay.
Just sacred ground all the way around. And that spot is where the tools were found.
That
I
very
put
spot.
that piece of rock there before I left in 2016, and no one's moved it. It
Oh,
hasn't.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Man, we felt led to put our symbol here.
Yeah.
instead
So
of here.
this
And
is
nobody
it.
told us about that. We just did
Okay.
it.
Well, you were drawn to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So now, maybe you can explain a little bit what you're doing with the sound bowl?
It's just, everything is energy and sound, and that's my heart chakra bowl. I was just kind of shown to bring it, or told to bring it. My intuition said play it, because it's like a little sound chamber. When you're in here and you speak, you can even hear it when it's quiet. So I just knew that sound energy wanted to kind of participate in the.
That's amazing. Now, I'm wondering, what were you feeling during all of this, during the totality, leading up to it, after? I know you're probably charged up.
Yeah. I took the bowl a few days ago in Georgia to a dome. There's a little spiritual center in the mountains of Georgia, and they invited me. I brought that, kind of charged up the bowl in Georgia, brought it here.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just been excited. I mean, I don't think it's any accident that there's been 2 full totality eclipses here within the last, 7 years?
7 years apart.
Yeah, so it's like
That's how they got
X marks the spot.
And there are interesting details. I don't know from your historical studies or anything like that, but from my historical findings, we found that the birth of Jesus was August 21st, 7 BC. So we had an eclipse on that day, and we find that he resurrected on April 9th and was in the tomb April 8th.
Yeah.
So in that time was when he was resurrecting from this tomb. So these eclipses being time zone in Jerusalem right around now, it's probably around 4 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
So we're looking at an ascension time.
Yeah.
But we've just been meeting all sorts of cool people here. And I don't know if you want to come in and talk a little bit. Or you got anything to say? Well, just what you felt.
He's from Philadelphia.
Yeah, let me pop you out.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And it was like he's the guy, and he took me to where we were supposed to go. I felt
It's
like,
such a sacred
yeah,
location. Now,
yeah.
you mentioned that you were feeling. Go ahead, hold on. You mentioned that you were feeling some Jesus energy
When
during
just
the
now,
attacks.
I mean, yeah, I mean the whole thing. I felt the vibration through my whole body, and I just respect it. And I saw the red star come all the way down, and then I saw the 7 o'clock. It was because that's why I put on here for the 7 o'clock, because this is north here. So I was over here on 7 o'clock, and then that's when Jeff came by. But then at the middle of it, there was this right there. There was a small little detail up there in the moon, or something like that, peeking through. Anyway, I'm off topic.
That's all right.
But
No, I appreciate you sharing your energy with this instrument as well.
yeah,
How does this
and
work?
this is a didgeridoo. And
Oh, wow.
I care about this country and I care about the people here. I just want to see liberty happen.
Right, your Liberty coins, huh?
Yeah, but it's here.
Yeah, I'll hold this way.
Like this. Like somehow this came through my family, and this is St. Andrew's Cross, and it's the intersection from 1790 when they built Washington, D.C.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Yeah.
So it's a coin, St. Andrew's Cross. Not sure if you can see that. Here you go.
But anyway, for an incredible amount of reasons, I feel the Lord has brought me here, and I just appreciate Jeff. I appreciate everybody who's them come,
Yeah.
here.
All
Anyway,
right. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate you sharing all
yeah.
that.
What's your name?
Derek.
Cool, Derek. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right. Thanks again. All right. We're going to welcome Eric back here with us. He's got the pocket mic.
Yeah. Hey there. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Welcome back, man.
Wow.
So
A
what's
little
your
bit.
take now?
I was actually not prepared for that. I think that was the most powerful experience I've ever had. Without like an altered state of mind, let's say.
The eclipse?
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
I
It
know.
was like it's possible to consider what beauty is, what is the true essence of the nature of beauty, and then to actually see it in such a breathtaking way that's almost it was overwhelming. Really,
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed by just the beauty, and it's just the earth. We're used to seeing sunsets, but there was a sunset all the way around,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
something.
and the light was so clear and white. And one thing it shows, it's like God's love is shining in us, inside us. We have a fragment of God, and God is shining on us. But we're so used to it, we don't realize. It's easy to forget our spiritual nature, and then we have this. In life gives us these experiences of like darkness where we feel separated, and then we become aware of that little fragment of light. We see the corona and that little gem like of beautiful clear light shining through.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful metaphor for like how light shines in our life. Sometimes it's hard to see, but it's still there.
That was beautiful.
Super cool, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I really appreciated just watching everyone's attention at the same place. They were all focused in the same spot at the same time. I had the privilege of looking through a camera lens and seeing everybody, so I was like watching them watch that. It was just interesting energy when everyone's focused on the same thing.
Yeah.
Makes you think the power of intention and attention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. It was a breathtaking event that was like bigger than it eclipsed my humanity. It was like I was just purely a witness to something on a cosmic scale glorious. And that's really just between Earth and the sun. But we know the cosmos is so much more vast and glorious. What other beauty is out there? But I was like, I couldn't take it in. I actually had to like say, Eric, don't have a heart attack. I was breathless.
That's
It
very
took my
interesting.
breath away.
Well, and Jeff, that gentleman who was just
Yeah.
here with the green shirt, he was breathing deep when he first came here. He's like, "Oh man, oof, that charged me up." I personally, my experience, like I said, I was a little bit more separated from that. documenting it, but so you're not alone. And I wonder how many other people here just got charged.
Yeah. The beauty of the emerging light was just spectacular. I was not prepared for this experience.
Good.
I'm in awe. And in a way, the relationship to spirit, we want to know that we can have conceptions and understandings, but the awe of the nature of our place in the universe, that we're so small and we have so much potential, it helped me see that the quality of awe. Really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, Paul.
Yeah. You want to hand the microphone?
Yep.
Thanks, Eric. What a contribution he's been. And thank you guys for sticking around.
Eric.
It's not the traditional eclipse coverage. This isn't NASA. This is UBN. And you aren't your traditional believers.
Yeah.
But there's good cheer here. And we're really appreciative of that.
Oh, do you guys pick up on the quality of light that's here? It's just extraordinary. When the sun came back out, the light was so pure. It's like it's in high definition or something. It is just such an amazing experience to be here and to see all of these people and watch them react to what's going on. I am really loving it, and I'm loving the fact that Eric and Trudy are here, and all of these great Urantia friends met us here.
Yeah, a few people made the pilgrimage.
Yeah, a few did, and it's been really great to see them.
Thanks, Gary, back there helping us out.
Yeah, hey, Gary.
Cool videos and stuff for this.
You're such my hero, brother. Love you so much. And you know what? This eclipse is whatever you want it to mean. It means whatever it means to you. You know, for me, this is what I take away from it. The first eclipse happened on Jesus' birthday. Jesus' birth changed everything on this world. It was a watershed moment for Urantia. Nothing will ever be the same because Jesus was here. And then there was his life, and his life even more so affected everything on this world. Well, that's the last 7 years we've gone through between these two eclipses. That represents the tribulation that we experience in life. You know, we've lived through a global pandemic. The world got through that. We got through that. And it's important that we acknowledge what we've done and how beautiful that is.
What's wrong?
So, you know, and then not only that, but then you come to, you know, this eclipse, which is during the time of the tomb. And during the time of the tomb is a time of uncertainty, right? And we're just not sure what's going to happen next. This world is, you know, has a way of throwing us a curveball. But I think it's going to do nothing but get better from here. And, you know, Jesus used to say, the old things are passing away. Behold, all things are becoming new. And I would say, lose the fear. The old things have a way of passing, and we have to let them go, right?
That's all right. At least we got most of it in.
Yeah. We're done?
Oh, it's back on. Sorry, guys. The internet connection is
here. It is live. So, like I said, the old things are passing away. All things are becoming new.
And I could feel that during this. It's like you said, when it got dark and then the light came back out, it was like a cleansing.
Yes.
And I think, you know, even in the gentleman behind us crying, these are spiritual tears of cleansing. You know, this isn't a disrespectful thing by any means. It's the purification of the heart and the soul, and what that means and what you have to let go.
Yeah.
And recommit.
Right.
Or even commit, and feelings of convictions that come, and it's so much easier when there's aesthetic support, like the skies, friends, words,
the beauty of nature, right? I mean, God, let's face it, God is our friend. God loves us. He's not the judge, the punitive, angry God that's waiting for us to mess up so he can see that we're adequately punished. He's our friend. He loves us. We live in a friendly and well-ordered universe.
Yeah.
We don't have to be afraid. We just have to face the new day and the new age with courage and with love. We have to bring in love because that's what the world needs most. Every prophet has said, you know, God loves you. We knew that, right? But the lesson we haven't learned, friends, is to love one another. That's the next great lesson for humankind. When we can learn to start loving one another, we got it made. We're going to make it. We're going to be well on our way. We just need to bring the love of God into this world. And each one of us is a beacon of that light. Each one of us is a beacon. We can let that love be eclipsed, or we can let it shine.
And I think even
Yeah.
when we do feel moments of being eclipsed from the love of God,
Right,
that's our experience. You know, God's always going to love us no matter what. But that's part of our experience of getting back into that connection, that communion.
right.
And it's our choice to be in that. And that's the beauty of having free will, that we can choose to love.
Right.
And what greater source of love to pull from and draw from than our Father?
And we just need to open up, right? And let the love of God flow through us. We're like a pipe, right? A pipe, the water flows through the pipe. And the water is what blesses everything around. If you block the pipe, the water can't flow through. So it's our job to keep the pipe open, to keep it clear, so the love of God can flow through us and bless everything around us. And that's, that's our job. That's what we get to do. We get to bless this world with the love of our hearts.
Amen. Well,
Amen.
I think on that note, maybe we can go out. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Well, I have a little prayer
That would
I'll
be
read,
perfect.
if you want to hear that.
Yeah. You know what?
This
Let
is
Paula say the prayer and let me. You want to talk to somebody else?
This grandma and her granddaughter, and this is her brick that she just bought for her daughter.
So, grandma and
nice.
granddaughter
We're
just
right over
showed
the
up
brick.
right here, and our camera was set up right on the brick for their family.
Right here.
That one. Wow. Well, cool.
It's Charlie and I'm Keisha.
Oh, you guys are sweet.
I was in the Navy, Sea Earthquake, so
Way
I
to
was in the
go.
Navy.
Cool.
That's great. So,
Beautiful.
her granddaughter, yes. Yeah. So sweet. Well, we're going to end with a prayer here.
Well, I was thinking Paula could let us go out with a prayer, and I'll just kind of lock this camera down on the cross.
So here we are, friends. This is a worshipful prayer, a wondrous source of life, being of beings, light of lights. Draw near to us. Let us bless you with our love. Thank you for believing in us, O giver of gifts, sharer of infinite delights. How can we express our gratitude? What manner of love is given to us that it adds and multiplies as we share it with others? You who holds the circle of eternity in perfect balance, how we count on you. Help us give the gift of love that you have so abundantly given. Oh, how we adore you, gracious Creator. Our open hearts welcome you. Pour into us your splendid Spirit, the water of life. Bless us with your liberating truth, endless beauty, and sublime goodness. O spinner of universes, beginning of beginnings, all that we love in each other comes from you. Every treasure eternal is in you, and all are ours for the finding. Thank you, Father. Thank you for everything. Even so may it be. Amen.